Ever feel like the world just doesn't get introverts? You're not alone. Welcome to the Stay Introverted podcast. We're your hosts, Steph Jay and Jay Coleman, here to dive into life from an introvert's perspective.
Each week we break down everything, from relationships and work to social dynamics and self-care, all while busting myths, sharing personal stories, and celebrating the quiet power of introversion. So, if you're ready to embrace your introverted side, let's get into it.
All right, and we are back. Thank you everyone for joining us as always. Steph, how you feeling?
I am feeling good.
Feeling better?
Feeling better, feeling good, feeling okay. But I'm in a good mood, so that's really all that matters.
That is all that matters.
I might physically look like I should go take a nap and hide or something, but mentally, emotionally, I'm good.
Fair enough. Are you still taking your medication, aka your psychedelics?
I am, but I'm using the same brand actually. And for those of you who don't know, we talked about this on the last time we recorded, which you'll never hear because it didn't record. But whoops. I'm taking this over-the-counter cough medicine, which is like the strongest shit that you can get without a prescription. And no, I'm not. I don't have a drug problem or anything. It really annihilates the cough. And I got, instead of the nighttime one, which I think was the problem, I got the daytime one, so it's not as trippy. It's not trippy at all. Like, I'm not, hallucinating. So that's good.
That is very good.
Yeah. Before I was having these crazy dreams. I don't know what was going on, but it was too much for me, so I switched to the daytime version of the medication, and I can, go about my day normally.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Again, we won't disclose the brand maybe on a future episode, but for right now, we should keep it to ourselves. But
yeah.
that's very interesting.
Yeah. It is good. I mean, I'm feeling a lot better than I was on the last time we talked, so that's
very good. Awesome. So
how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually in a very good mood myself, although I guess it's more ego driven, I guess you could say, because I'm having a very good content day or content weekend.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so I'm very happy. It's showing growth. For those that don't know, I've been I guess challenging myself to make better content, make more engaging content to not only sell more shirts and stuff, but also to just really reach further and affect my community a lot better. I kind of felt for the last, I don't know, better part of the last year, I kind of felt like I was coasting, kind of like I hit a plateau.
Right.
But I got with a coach and, added or applied what he said, added my own sauce, and it kind of came to fruition this weekend because by the time, I don't know if it'll still be going on, but by the time this episode comes out, but currently there is a trend called We Listen and We Don't Judge. So I kind of hopped on that trend, and it's been very good. It's typical. Most of these are typically, videos where you have two people, usually a couple, doing this. I was going to do a video, but then I remember it would require talking to somebody, and I was like, nah. So I was just like, I think I'll do a carousel instead.
Right.
And that happened to be a stroke of genius because people are loving this shit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I started out with just one, and I was like, okay, let me do a part two real quick.
Ooh, I love it. How does it work? What is
it? So okay, so for the trend basically is this. It's called we listen and we don't judge. So you'll have two people, you either there'll be a couple, so two partners or husband and wife or even two friends, and
Mhm.
they start off by saying we listen and we don't judge, and then one person will say like a confession, which is really it can be upsetting, like
Uh-huh.
um, and then like right when like the partner is about to get mad, they like we listen and we don't judge, and then the
Uh-huh.
partner will say their confession, and then there'll be some fucked up shit, and
Uh-huh.
and then there'll be, the other person will start to get mad, or they'll be like, "What?" And the person will say, "We listen and we don't judge."
That's
The,
funny. So it's kind of
the,
like we are judging. So it's like satirical.
yeah, exactly.
Got it.
The funniest one I saw actually was with a mother and a son, and the mother was like, remember that time you wanted those $600 sneakers, and I said I didn't have the money. Well, I did have it. I just didn't feel like getting it.
That's so funny.
And then like someone's like, okay, okay. He's like, well, one time, one time I set the clocks back 3 hours so that I could come home late, and you didn't know.
That's brilliant. Good for him. I'm not only am I not judging, I'm stealing that idea.
Yo, exactly.
Genius.
Exactly. Yep. And then she said something, and he was like, "Really? Okay." And then he was like, um, "I threw away one of your wigs because I didn't like it." And you can
That's so
see she was about to get mad. She's like, "What?" She was like, "How can you do that? I blamed it on your father." And he was like, "I know, but I didn't like the wig. I hated it."
that's so funny.
So
Wow.
it's like
I could see
like
this being fun for a while and then eventually being like problematic.
it is because it starts off, ha ha, key, but it's just you inevitably someone says something and you're like, what? And then you feel this need to kind of like one up them, or you look at it as a way to kind of confess some shit that you want to get off your chest, knowing that you're going to have some sort of immunity, even though who knows what happens once the camera goes off.
Hmm.
So it's
Right. Yeah.
it's funny, but yeah, it's definitely dangerous, and I'm pretty sure some couples and some friendships have actually ended because of this.
Really. Oh
Yeah,
shit. Wow.
because
So it's
some
basically like here is the beginning of our divorce. Here's the beginning of the end of our friendship. Like you get to see it on tape. You do not get to see the aftermath.
exactly because some people, um, mainly men, will go too far.
Of course they
So
do.
so it's like it's not a get out of jail free card. It's supposed to be a funny trend. So
Yeah.
um, I
Interesting. I
decided
mean, that's just stupidity. Like, why are they posting it then?
I don't know. People
I
want
don't believe that. I actually don't believe the people that say, "Oh, this just ended our marriage." Like, you're full of shit. Why would you post it then?
well,
Are you
I don't
that
know.
desperate for likes? Like, what is wrong with you?
Some people are. Some people are.
Yeah.
They're more concerned with the attention than the effects of this. So,
Sorry, that was me
uh,
listening and judging. I'm judging you if you're doing this trend, unless you're Jay and you're doing it with himself, in which case, I love that. I'm not judging
exactly.
that.
I
You're
appreciate
just
that.
capitalizing on the trend, making it your own, and we love it. We love to see it.
Yeah. So I'm actually about to drop part 3 tonight.
Love it.
So
I'm excited. Excited to see it. How many parts are there going to be?
I don't know. I've so if you've also been following my content journey, you'll know that I'm making more use of AI. So I've been having
Oh,
Me and Chat GPT have been talking and discussing how many parts we're going to have.
I love that.
Um, by the way, I call my chat Other J.
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Silent Genius, but that's a bit too on the nose.
Uh
So
huh. Okay,
other J
I like
works.
that. I should actually, when we get off, my old business coaches, uh, they just shared something that they created like a custom bot that you can chat with about content. It's pretty
Nice.
cool. I'll send it to you if you're interested. And I'll put it in the
Nice.
show notes for anybody that is interested. Like they're brilliant when it comes to marketing. So like basically they've trained this like AI bot to like speak in your voice and create content for you based on your
Nice.
voice with a couple prompts.
Yeah, that's
So
I
pretty
like it.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool, I'll send it to you.
I know you're still kind of on the fence with AI, but there are some good things about it.
Yeah, no, I'm getting with the program. I use ChatGPT to clean up my emails and like our podcast descriptions
Nice.
because both of those things used to take me hours to like perfect, and then in the end I would still hate it, or I would like not hate it, but I didn't love it. And now I could just bang out an email or a podcast description, usually in like 5 minutes, pop it into ChatGPT, and like we kind of go back and forth for like 10 minutes, and then I get it right.
Nice.
I'm like, what was I doing before? Like, why was I this stubborn? Oh my god, it's great. But I don't believe in like I read this crazy story somewhere where like some lawyer um was using ChatGPT to like come up with arguments. Like that's fucked up. Like do your job. Um and then I've actually seen people in the media, like there's all these stories that come out about people in the media, like journalists, using ChatGPT to like shortcut their sources, and ChatGPT like trolls them. It's crazy. It's actually really funny. Um like the fact that ChatGPT can actually has the intelligence to troll is wild.
Yeah, really. Well, I think I told you about the lawyer who like came up with a fake case and got called out in court because he
Were
went
you the
by.
one that told me about this?
Yeah, like the
No, I'm
lawyer, like
literally just repeating your story back to you. I love it.
it's all right, it's
We've
okay.
come full circle.
I mean, it's full
See,
circle
I do
moment.
listen. I do listen.
Steph, we listen and we don't judge.
I listen and I don't judge. That's
We
right.
listen and we
Look at
don't judge.
that. We are Segway King and Queen. I love it.
Exactly, and we just pulled off the rare double full circle.
Ooh. Can we triple it?
I don't know. Let's try it.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for
But I
it.
feel like we're trying, we're thinking about it, like we're not gonna be able to do it. So
Exactly. That's
bear
kind of
with
more
us.
organically.
Yeah, exactly. Um yeah, wow. It's crazy. Like I think ChatGPT is a good resource and it's a good like option, you know? But I don't really feel like it should replace your actual job. Like, I'm not gonna go in there and be like, hey, ChatGPT, like, analyze these numbers for me and tell me what you think, and then immediately just shoot them off to my boss. You know, that's my job.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think you're right. Kind of going off of that, I don't think, like, this is my opinion, that I don't think the intent or should be to necessarily replace certain people or certain jobs. Because, like, you're right. You still have to get in there and read whatever it spits out. And then,
Right,
like, because, it even says, ChatGPT can make mistakes. So, you actually got to read the stuff. It's just supposed to save you time. I do
right,
like the fact that certain companies are kind of seeing the writing on the wall and understanding that, hey, we can try to resist all we want, but AI is here. Let's see how we can
right,
make it work for us. Like my job, they're kind of starting. They're like in the early stages, but they're basically trying to figure out how AI will be, how they can use AI throughout their entire company. Like, it doesn't make sense to ignore it. You gotta try to embrace it. So I'm curious to see, how they're going to do it because There are still some companies who are against it. I think it's like schools are kind of on the fence, which
Well, yeah.
I can get because if you let students use AI, they'll probably just use it to do all their homework. So I definitely get that. Um, but you got to find a way to use it the right way.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to a family member. She's like a freshman in college, and I feel bad. I kind of like got her in trouble at Christmas, or not Christmas, Thanksgiving, because we were talking about ChatGPT, and I was saying exactly what we're talking about now. Like, I use it to clean up my emails, make it a little bit more professional, and whatever. But I don't use it to like replace me. And then her mom was like, "What is this chat PGT?" Like, she's like, um, she's like, "Are you using this at school?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, obviously." And her mom's like, "What are you using it for? Is it writing your papers?" And she's like, "I'm not going to talk about this." And she like walks away, and her mom's so mad. But it's like I can see that being a big problem. Like, if I had ChatGPT in college, I would have abused it. Like, the number of times I already stayed up all night writing a last minute paper, like, if I just had ChatGPT to write a paper about, the origins of the spaceship. I don't freaking know. I don't even know what essays I wrote in college. But if I had ChatGPT to just write that shit, I definitely would have gone out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday instead of just Thursday through Saturday. I wouldn't. I mean, not really that I learned too much in college anyway that I still use now, but like it would have been that much more of a waste of money if like I just went and didn't retain anything.
Yeah, like I don't. That's hilarious. But it's
And not that college is a waste of money. It's just like I really don't use anything I learned there. That was my point. But I remember some of it.
some of it. But yeah, I mean, like you know, as long as there have been students in schools, students have always tried to gain an edge to get stuff done quicker.
Uh-huh.
Not necessarily properly, but definitely quicker. Like I don't know if you remember all those like different websites where you can go to like get copies of old exams and copies of people's papers.
Right.
Like you know if you feel like writing a paper on financial theory, some person has already written it and then put it up and
Right.
you pay a fee. You can download the paper. Um, I never did that. What I actually learned to do, and somehow it worked, was I managed to make like evergreen reports.
Uh-huh.
So like I would just like recycle a report that I wrote a year ago. Um,
Oh, okay. That works.
yeah, yeah. Like I think my entire freshman year in English class, I probably wrote one original paper, and the rest are like retreads of old shit.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And my thing was like, are you gonna say that I'm plagiarizing myself? You know?
I mean, I guess they technically could. But I guess you're, statute of limitations. You've escaped, you've got the good grades, now they have no idea.
Yeah. You know, you could argue, well, you should use your own words. Like, I don't have my own words. I use the words that everybody else uses.
Right.
But I don't know how
I
we got
mean,
on papers and this stuff, but
yeah, I don't know how we got here either. I mean, you know what it really would have helped me with was Spanish class, because I minored in Spanish. I do not know a word of Spanish, can't speak it, can't read it, can sort of understand it. It was the biggest waste of a minor ever. But actually, this kind of is similar to, this is like my own bootleg ChatGPT before ChatGPT existed. is I would write papers and answer all my homework in English. Then I would plug it into Google Translate and then copy and paste it into my homework or my essay. And so I got all A's because I was a pretty decent writer in English. But like if I had ChatGPT back then, like forget it. Like I totally would have cheated in Spanish, and like, I mean, it just wouldn't have been as hard. Not that like writing in English and then copy pasting into Google Translate was that hard, but like it would have been even easier because I could have skipped that step. Like I could have just like answered the question, written an essay, copied it into ChatGPT, and said translate to Spanish, and voila.
Interesting. Yeah, sometimes I do
I hope
wish
we don't have any listeners in college. I'm so sorry to their parents.
We're advocating for them to use AI to get ahead.
Yeah, exactly. We're not advocating for this. We're saying it's bad. Don't do it.
Sure. We're not. You know what? Okay, fair enough. We're not saying use AI to work the system. We're just saying work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Do with that what you will.
Exactly. We will listen and not judge.
We will listen and not judge.
We have the episode title, which I love. That was easy.
And we just came full circle. Third time.
That was the full circle moment. Not
Exactly.
10 seconds ago. That was
exactly. Boom.
Baboom. Anyway, okay, so I have to like vent for a second.
Okay.
What am I going to vent about? I have two things I can vent about. Do you want to hear about the Christmas tree or about Kim Kardashian?
I kind of want to hear both.
Okay, well, we're on the topic of AI, so I'll talk about Kim Kardashian first. You get the joke, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I had to ruin it by asking. So every company in the world, for the most part, if you make an online order, you get it within a couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian, with her multi-billion-dollar multiple companies, apparently cannot be bothered to look at an order for 7 days after you ordered it. And then once she does place, it's obviously not her doing it, but her team, once they do finally look at the order 7 days after you placed it, it takes another 10 to 12 days to deliver it. Like, are you using a carrier pigeon? I'm so confused. Is that crazy or am I crazy?
I will say that does sound very, very much on the extreme end of delivery. Like how?
Right?
I guess my question is, I guess there's two questions. One, how many orders are you getting? Because she's, as much as I hate, well, yes, I hate the Kardashians as a staff.
Me too. I'm angry at myself for ordering and putting more money in their pocket, but like,
wait, time out. You hate them, but you ordered from them? What?
Yes, well, yes, I do not like them, but her product, I mean, I don't like Jeff Bezos either, but I order on Amazon like it's my job.
Fair enough.
So I'm not gonna hold it against the person, but her shapewear brand is advertised as the best in class. So if I'm gonna spend money on what I need, I'm gonna order the best.
All right.
I just don't understand why it takes 2.5 weeks to get here. I ordered it I ordered it on November 30th, and it won't be here until December 16th.
I'm guessing they just have so many orders that it just takes,
no,
it takes a while.
No. If I were to order from you, Jay, you are a one-man operation with a full-time job and a podcast. I guarantee you I would have it, like, in a few days.
This is true. I love my customers.
Exactly.
if you want fast delivery, talk to your boy Jay. SincerelyAnintrovert.com. Shameless plug.
I love it. We listen, we don't judge.
You
I
listening?
think
You
I
don't
don't know if
judge.
I'm using this correctly. I just like saying
I did.
it. I'm just gonna keep saying it. It's gonna drive Sean crazy, but I don't care.
I
He's gonna be
mean,
like, "Where'd you get that TikTok?"
honestly, you could use it as a teaching tool. So whenever he does something wrong, you'd be like, you know what? I listen and I don't judge.
I like that.
Just,
He still
just,
won't
just,
like
sit,
it.
just say it and walk away.
I like it. I'll try it. Okay, what were you saying?
The Kardashian crew. I'm not a fan, but I think we kind of established that.
Is anybody? Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do we just love to hate them as a society. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, they do make it very easy to do so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially one just I guess Kim still wants to be a lawyer, but doesn't want to go to law school.
That's cute. Okay.
Yeah, just like yeah, thousands of people invest thousands upon thousands of dollars and thousands upon thousands of hours to become lawyers, but you can't be bothered. Okay,
Right.
sure.
I mean, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Like thousands of people actually do something to be famous, and you can't be bothered. But she doesn't really like to earn things. Anyway, go on.
I think that's it. I don't want to say too much before we get sued by one of these people for talking bad about them.
That's
So
true. I just really want my fucking Skims. Like,
yes,
I need them by Thursday, not Monday. The following Monday.
Skims, respectfully, get it together.
Yeah, like let's go. Like I know that you normally ship via carrier pigeon, but like try with FedEx this one time. Thank you.
Exactly. We don't want to hear the excuses. We are not listening and we are judging you.
Yeah.
Do better.
Exactly. Do better. Thank you.
Exactly.
So that was my Kim Kardashian rant. The other thing that I was gonna rant about is the Christmas tree. So we got our first live Christmas tree. Well, our first Christmas tree ever today.
Mm-hmm.
And super exciting. And I'm kind of worried about my dogs right now. Because when they're outside in the park or whatever, they pee on every tree. Like it's just their thing. They have to stop and pee on every tree. And now suddenly they have a tree in our home. And they've never experienced anything like this. I'm concerned they're going to pee on the tree. But more than that, I'm concerned that when they try to do that, the tree is going to fall and kill them. So, I feel like this is a valid concern. And
this is a very
those
valid
who
concern.
are sitting here listening and judging and saying, train your dogs not to pee on trees. First of all, fuck you. There's a lot of trees in Central Park. Okay? Good luck. Good luck having 2 boy dogs, who are still intact, getting them to stop peeing on trees, okay? So there's that piece. And also, they've never had it, it's never been a problem because trees have always been outside for them, and that's where they are trained to pee. All of a sudden, we have tree inside. I can't very well explain to them, this tree is not for peeing. They don't understand that. So, yeah, and I can see them looking at me, looking at the tree, and just waiting for me to look away.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't.
Right?
I can see that.
Concern. You know how they are.
It's a valid concern. You can't just have a conversation with them and say, "Hey, this is an inside tree." That doesn't work.
Right. That is wonderful, Mom. We're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, and yes, they may make the connection between being inside as a whole and versus being outside.
I don't know about
But
the first initial couple days, right?
yeah, like we don't know what goes on in their brains. Like you're right, they
Not much.
no, yeah, like they very well may just see the tree and associate it with a fucking tree because it's a tree.
I'm
Yeah,
not worried about. I'm actually not worried about them seeing the tree. I'm worried about them smelling the tree.
yeah.
So they can obviously smell it. That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, I don't know if it smells like. Oh, it's a real tree or a fake
Yeah,
one.
it's a real tree.
Oh, it's a real one. Yeah, I don't. You might need to watch them. You might need to
That's what
watch.
I'm thinking.
Like you don't have to watch them. I had a similar, not the same issue, but a similar issue when I had my cats
Uh-huh.
because every year we put up a tree, and every year these little fuckers try to climb in the tree, and
Ooh.
well, yeah, we had different problems, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, one year they actually one of the older cat actually got in the tree and pulled it down on top
Uh-oh.
on top of him, and he couldn't move. And I heard the crash when it fell, and typically when things fall or crash, first you hear the crash, and then you hear like the pitter patter of feet.
Like that? Did
Yeah,
you hear that?
yes, but they don't scream like that. You just hear, but you hear scratching and running, and then you see like a silver streak go by the door because he knows he's in trouble. But this
Okay.
this time there was just a crash, and then I didn't hear anything. So I get
Uh-oh.
up, and I walk to the tree, and I don't see any cats, but I hear.
Oh no.
Yes, this fool was under the tree, buried under the tree. so
Oh.
so I lift up the tree, and then this idiot just shoots out and runs, and I don't see him for the rest of the night. So it's a very valid concern because
Thank you for
they don't
validating my concern
they
and
don't
not
know.
judging.
No, we don't judge. Like I understand because I experienced this. Like I've experienced my cats looking at the tree, and I can see them planning to jump in the tree from across the
Yeah.
room, and I can see them looking at me, waiting for me to leave, so
Yeah,
they can
they plot.
so they can do what they want to do. Like I've experienced the cat jump in the tree and pull it down. I've experienced my cat swinging from the fucking tree.
Yeah.
Okay. I used to have I don't know how many people still do this, but we used to use tinsel when we would decorate our tree. So you haven't lived until you've had a cat eat tinsel and then give you a gift wrapped in tinsel.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Oh my
I
Lord.
so I hear you, Steph.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
I hear you.
I think what I might do is at least on Thursday, because that's the one day that I'm worried about is Thursday of this week. I have my company holiday party, and then Sean is working like 6 to like 2 in the morning.
Oh.
So there's gonna be for most of the day, they will be accompanied by somebody. But 4 p.m. to like 8 p.m., they will be alone. And I do not want to come home drunk to like a dead meatball or a damaged meatball. It's just not on my agenda for this week. So, I don't want to deal with that when I've been drinking.
Fair enough.
And to be honest, this is going to sound absolutely terrible. I'm going to hate myself for saying this, so please listen and don't judge. But like, if the tree must fall on somebody, I hope it's Noki. And I'll tell you why. So, Sean.
Apparently, Noki is built different. Tell us why, Steph.
So we always joke around that if you were to look at the four of us, Meatball is made of ceramics. I am made of sticks. Sean is made of steel, and then Gnocchi is made of rubber. Like, and this is not a joke. Like, Meatball breaks if you blink too hard. I swear to God. He has had so many issues with his back, his legs, his foot, his everything. He just breaks at the drop of a hat. I break pretty easily as well, but I'm a human, so I don't do as many stupid things as he does. And I also don't break as easily as he does. Then Sean is like pretty much unbreakable, and Gnocchi is not only unbreakable, like he does not feel pain. He just bounces off the walls and runs straight into walls and tumbles and whatever, never feels anything. So if it's gonna fall on somebody, I would prefer Gnocchi because, like I said, he is a rubber ball. Unaffected, unfazed.
All right.
Meatball, that'll be a crazy hospital bill. Gnocchi, he'll just be scared of the tree, which will be a good thing.
Yeah, well, I would say in all seriousness, also, in addition to worrying about them peeing on the tree, this
Oh, that's
may
just the
also,
least of my worries. Is that terrible?
yeah, but you also may want to make sure they don't eat anything around the tree.
Yeah, I am concerned about that. Thank you for that. I'm like a crazy person with sweeping lately, so I feel confident that I'm gonna sweep like 85 times a day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But there is always that little window of time where neither of us is home,
Yeah.
in which they will make their evil plots come true.
Exactly. And again, speaking from someone who had cats, it it may come out, but do you really want it to?
No,
So
I do
no.
not. I've already been to the vet once in the last week. I don't need to go again for something
Yeah.
preventable.
Correct. There you
I may try to put it like on a piece of like wood or something, so that it's just easy. I don't know. I have to think about this. So I didn't really think about any of this until after we put it up, and it was a whole to do to like get the tree in the first place. Like my mother-in-law went to the store, drove it to the city because nobody believed that I could handle carrying a tree 10 bucks. Which I don't really blame them. I don't think I could have either. But yeah, it was like it was a whole mission that involved multiple people. And then we put up the tree. I'm like, fuck, the dogs are gonna try to eat it. It's gonna kill them. Thanks for being my therapist.
Hey, we listen and we don't judge.
We listen, we don't judge. I guess these are like good problems to have objectively.
Yeah.
Like I'm complaining about Skims and my dog's peeing on the Christmas tree. I feel like life is pretty good.
That is definitely one way to look at it. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to see the positive,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my life.
Well, I will say this does make me want to get my puppy even more. So in the next few
It
months,
makes you want to what?
it makes me want to get my puppy even more. So
Exactly. I feel like this is like a weird roundabout. Like this is the worst that your dogs can. Actually, that's not true at all. I was gonna say this is the worst that your dogs can do, but that would be a lie. But yeah, like I feel like it's kind of endearing. It's like a cute problem to worry about. And it kind of it brings the excitement of holiday season into your home. Like, is it gonna happen today? It's tomorrow. I think now would be the time to get a ring camera. Probably. So
Yeah.
that I can race home if something does happen.
Probably, yeah.
I
At least.
guarantee that if I freaking order it on Amazon today, I'll have it before I get my Skims. Another full circle.
That's hilarious.
I'm in very form. I think it's the cough syrup. I should drink cough syrup before we podcast. Didn't I say that on the one that we didn't get published?
Yes, we covered
And
this.
you discouraged me.
Very much so. I cannot stress this enough. Don't just be drinking cough syrup for the fuck of it. Don't do that.
Lil Wayne. We don't want to do things Lil Wayne did.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. I won't, don't worry. It's a joke. It's a bad joke. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm gonna hit publish on this episode, but whatever. I didn't say anything that bad. Jay's over here like, okay, how do we end this? Listening, not judging, but also where's the end button?
This is what happens when stuff gets sick, y'all.
Yeah. What do you do for Christmas?
I
mean, we're gonna do a holiday episode, but I mean, tell us real quick.
Yes, but I have like a little introvert holiday tradition in which I just watch basketball all day.
Wow.
Specifically my New York Knicks. I think they're playing on Christmas, so
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I want to do for for Christmas is watch some basketball, and relax. What about you?
We are going to my uncle-in-law's. Is that a thing? It is now. We're going to my uncle-in-law's house. He does like the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. I think. He does a lot of seafood. I don't know if that is the 7 fishes, but it's a lot of seafood. So we'll do that, and then Christmas Day we'll go to my in-laws, with my parents and my in-laws' other family. So it should be fun. I like Christmas because it's only one family. Like, it's not Sean's family, like 2 sides, and then also my family. Like, it's just a lot for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Christmas is just like his 2 sides of the family, and it's spread over 2 days. So it's Christmas Eve is one side, Christmas Day is the other. Like, I can deal with that. Thanksgiving is like 7 different sides all in one day. It's too much. Yeah, like, love my family and everything, but like, I'm glad that it's like 2 days, two like the same side of the family. Yeah, so we're just gonna be a lot of eating as usual. I have my company holiday party on Thursday. I have Christmas pre-dinner with my brother and his girlfriend in a couple weeks, like right before Christmas, and yeah, a lot of eating.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Not a lot of introverting. Definitely a lot of eating. Oh my god, somebody the other day, like, I made a post about, like, being an introvert, but also being super social. Mm-hmm. It was something like, me, I'm an introvert, also me, what's it called? The husband has to work on New Year's Eve, scrambles to make plans with anybody else. And somebody comments, like, that's because being an introvert doesn't mean being antisocial. I'm like, I have a whole podcast about this, so do not come at me. Calm down. I know. It doesn't mean antisocial, okay?
Thank you, Captain Obvious. We appreciate that.
That was not the point. Like, maybe I didn't word it correctly, but, like, stop. Okay. I bitched enough for one day, for one episode. I've lashed out enough. So we should wrap it up. so I can go take more cough syrup. Okay, so if you guys are concerned about me, feel free to let us know in the comments. I promise that I'm okay. If you have any thoughts on Kim Kardashian, maybe keep it to yourself because you don't get sued. Yeah. But if you have any other thoughts, if you want to share your we listen and don't judge commentary, like, go for it. We love to hear from you. And point is, leave a review, rate us on all the platforms, comment on all the socials on our clips, tell a friend, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Stay Introverted podcast. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye, y'all.